Right, yo, hello. So, wow. How to word this? Jib didn't really know how to word it to me, so yeah. I'm not allowed to stay here anymore, basically. So I'm homeless again, as of an hour ago. So yeah, how do I feel right now? How do I feel? I feel angry. I feel sad. I feel really hurt and upset. I feel like I've got nowhere to go. Where maybe I can live rent free, or if I go to the woods, it's coming up to winter now, so it's too cold. Or I could pimp myself out sexually, or I could go and live in a crack den, or I could go sit and beg outside a shop, or find some churches to try and lug all my stuff around from. Because that's the option you get when you're a woman. And I understand now why, when I was on the phone to the other boat owner the other day, I seemed to get me pads and that. When I was on the phone, like, oh, I'm really sorry, but I asked him because he knew I had problems with my lady bits, so I didn't want to ask all the other men. So Jib has known for a few days now, since I don't know, Saturday, Friday, whatever, and hasn't told me because he hasn't known how to tell me that I can't stay here anymore, because he promised me that I'd always have this as somewhere to go if I needed to go anywhere, so I could move around, like stay here for a month, come back, stay there for a month, come back, because people don't seem to want to be able to feed me for long periods of time, or even put up with me to that point now when I'm speaking my truth. Like, I haven't really caused any problems here. I've just sat here and spoke my truth and tried to deal with my woman parts of my endometriosis. So sorry, Jeff, if I spoke to you in a way you didn't like it and you didn't want to deal with your stuff because your wife or your missus or whatever has already had that problem, and you offered to help me, and now you're not even coming in here and hiding, and you run round behind my back and tell Jeff to tell me to leave because you can't be man enough to tell me to my face because you know it's wrong, because it might affect your business. And business comes before feeding someone a pound pot of hummus. Is this where you want to go? Because this is where it's gone now, and you've asked me to leave, and I can't stay anymore. You haven't told me to my face. You was in here the other day, you didn't tell me. Because you're a coward. And you just tit around, oh, look after my family, look after this and that. Well, good. I hope the earth looks after you in the future. I hope you get this karma dish back to you, because I haven't even got the energy right now to go and storm and spit about it and that. I'm just going to leave. But I haven't actually done anything wrong yet. I'm in the caravan most days, or I'm out there, and I've been trying to do art. The last month felt a bit depressed, so I haven't really done much. I've just come off my endo now, which I'm starting to feel a bit better. And now I'm going to have to move around again, or find somewhere to go for the winter. When nobody wants to deal with me. Like, Jib said I've already looked for other places to live, and he doesn't want to leave. He can't leave here. You came in the other day, Jeff. Oh, you know, Jib, with all this thing going over with the corona, it's all over now, so you can pay the rent again. It ain't over. It's only just starting. So now I've got to look at where I want to go. You know, I've been doing these to trade. They're just dry, and I added some oil to them yesterday to work with the grains of the wood. I've done some plain, some with a bit more brushed energy on. Still drying. But yeah, it's like the food in the shops is really expensive. It's getting more and more expensive. Yet the vegan food isn't all that great for you. Like, a lot of the stuff with soya in that, and hurts my stomach. So I can't eat a lot of it. I don't want to eat from supermarkets. I just want to grow some healthy vegetables and just do some art. Like, but I'm here, and I know they've all probably been gossiping about me, trying to get me out for ages, but they ain't got a reason to kick me out. And they know that I'm sick, so, you know, it's just, they just don't give a shit. People don't care. People just don't care. And it's like, even if they do, it's only for a little bit. Like, oh, come here, yeah, I'll feed you for a week or two, a month, and then kick you out again. But it's like, if you don't fit in with where people are, then they don't want you around, don't want you there. Jib still wants me here, so it's like he won't stick up for himself to Jeff because he wants to stay here. But yet Jeff's renting this yard, so he has control. He said, "Oh, you know, Jib, I want you to stay because it's your home." Yeah, but you control who goes in his home. Yeah, it's yours, but it's like you don't control Jib's life, Jib's home. But yet to live the way we're living, or live cheap, or whatever you want to call it, a lower class, which you treat us like he's like shit. Yeah, oh, I'm giving you somewhere to stay. Oh, but look at the state of the living things we're living in right now. Oh, but I'm giving you somewhere to live. Oh, because you know, you don't pay that much rent or whatever. The coronavirus all over now. Pay rent, carry on as normal. Well, Jib's had his jabs. Mark had his jabs. Dave got boat business in now. You know, so it's all carrying on as normal, and Rosie just gets in the way. Rosie just gets in the way because she says the things people don't want to really look at. Or, you know, the art doesn't flow out all the time. Like here, you're working. So you have to produce a certain thing by a certain time, where the way I flow, which is out of time, or to create art, is within an out of time place where I get messages from a subconscious, or I want to draw, or build up the creative energy. Is like an outburst here and there. It doesn't fit into a structured schedule of time. So, you know, I'm going to have to sort out somewhere to go now, looking like by this week. Jib said I'm driving to Kent this week, otherwise I'll be out again. So, you know, I would like to go to the woods, but now someone is going to have to put up with me, or I'm going to have to go fill out all the forms and that again, and then I'll just be running the rat race again, making myself sick again. So, you know, business is just destroying people. You know, you're not a nice person. Like, you can't even come set to my face. I just feel like I don't want to be here anymore. I feel like I'm fed up acting like a dancing monkey to please people, just to exist. Like, I just had enough. Like, where am I meant to go now? Like, where I can still be creative and have someone pay for my food, even though it's not that much, really. Like, I'm living off potatoes and vegetables and some nuts. So, yeah, I've admitted on here that once or twice we've stolen from the shop because I'm hungry. So, yeah, Jib can go out and earn money, bring back, but now I've got nowhere to go. But why is he in control of Jib's house? Do you know what I mean? Jib still could have stuck on, gone, oh, it's not fair, she's not well, whatever. Mark over the road, anyone could have gone, I'll come stand in the unit over there, whatever. No one cares. It's like, just keep passing me on, passing me around. It's like I'm born here, I'm part of the earth here, but yeah, I'm constantly pulled away from it. Because of someone else's control that I don't agree to fit in under or fit in with. Because I hear my heart, and I see a part of what feels right, what feels wrong. And I feel like I love animals and I love the earth, and that's always made me feel safe or feel happier when I'm around it or in it. I'm just tired. Like, it's stressing me out now. I'm trying not to be stressed. Part of me just wants to sit here and cry all day. Part of me just wants to go outside and hang myself. And part of me just wants to paint, but no, I'm not even in the mood. They need to dry because I'm going to have to leave. don't want to go into the towns or the cities because the water's bad there, and I don't want to deal with the people. Thought of going back to Simon's flat just makes me want a beer anymore. I've had enough. Like, why would I have to get put in all these boxes with these people? Do you know what I mean? I don't want to go and have to clean up after these men all the time again. Whether I'm going to exist, like I've cleaned up after them my whole life in and out of bars, cleaning up shit after them. So yeah, Jib's feeding me, giving me somewhere to be, but it still hurts waking up if they have to clean up after him to contribute. Yeah, he's contributing to buy me food, probably pisses him off, but we just about even each other up. But I should be able to just wake up and go and get what my body nutrient-wise or survival-wise needs from the earth. It should just be there. I should be able to wake up and go and get what I need to be alive there. It shouldn't have to have all these gates on them where you have to have keys to get in just to exist. It's hard when you can feel, you know what I mean? It's like, I just feel like there's nowhere for me to go where I feel welcome. Even all the people in the spiritual community, I messaged you when I was homeless last year, this time last year I think it was around then, or maybe before summer. Could I camp it? It was just kind of summer, so I could camp in your garden in a tent. And if people are up for this 5D and everything, then maybe they should be contributing to help people. Because I'm here doing these videos and I'm trying to contribute in the way I can to help people. And yet I feel like it just gets thrown in my face, or maybe I'm throwing it in other people's faces, but I'm just saying how I feel at the time. And I think, Jeff, you're an arsehole and I don't like you, and you probably don't like me either, but at the end of the day, I'm not the one going around gaining control through a business arm of people. We're not even meant to be existing in this bit here, you know, but I'm not meant to be existing in Ben's Valley, and I'm not meant to be existing over there, so where can I exist unless I'm paying for it? Where can I exist unless I'm paying for it? I'm just coming off now, so I've got two weeks of where I can be normal Rosie again before my body starts getting achy and in pain, and then maybe my period happen around them 2 weeks. I don't know what date. So right now I have two weeks where I can be normal Rosie. So I'm going to have to go and sort out this now, or fucking ask someone. Which I don't like begging. I feel like walking around begging all the time. Why do I have to walk begging to just exist? It's like it's tiring. That you're walking around thinking you're all right with your business and all that. It's like most of you who think you're right are further stuck in than I am, and I'm pulling myself out to try and step out to another way of living, and yet no one wants to support it. Everyone likes sitting in their own comfort, which is actually probably going to be the worst thing off for everyone in the future, is your own comfort zone. Maybe I'm just floating about in my own comfort zone, you know, but I should be able to survive off the earth without paying lots of energy to do that, or like just being in harmony with the earth. Do you know what I mean? It's making me feel really useless when actually I have all these uses, but they're not useful all the time. But yet I give people paintings. I'm not saying, oh, you owe me stuff for the rest of your life, but you look at that for the rest of your life. You know, it's taken me my whole life to learn how to create them. That is why there's probably so much money within them, and yet all the other people at the bottom got nothing. But my joy is creating this, but then I still need to eat. I still need to survive each week to do this. So like, it's either like I throw myself fully into into just surviving, maybe getting a bit of money in to feed myself, and then not doing any of this because it's really expensive to get the paints, to get that, because everyone stole the minerals from the earth and everyone has to pay for them, but they're from the earth, so someone stole them from in the first place. It's like the shops, man. It's like, no, the shops, yeah, to me they're the thief. They're thief, because all they're doing is taking it from the earth and then giving it back to you in a package, which isn't making it healthy anyway. It's in plastic, so it's killing it off. It's not healthy to be eating out of these things, and after they get shipped from wherever they are, after like, I think it's like 12 or 24 hours max, the water in it like when you take water away from its source, it loses its thing after a while. It's like it's hydrogen, it's plasma, and then so like stuff in the supermarkets is bringing you half dead food full of chemicals. I don't want to be a half dead chemicalized being. I want to be a crystallized, juiced, high energy being. Yet people can't handle that. But if I act the other way, then I'm not surviving. So my body needs this way to survive right now. But yeah, because of his business, yeah, you got 4 boats in for people from Dubai, from there, I heard you say the other day, to create more crap for the earth. And you say to me, oh, I'm treading on your business. You're treading on my business with the earth. Everyone's business with the earth. All of you are who are hurting and taking on it and taking more from other people to feed into the money control structure. Because that's what it is. It's a control structure. I don't want to feed into the control structure anymore, because I want control back on my own body, because the control not on my body is making me sick. But to be a woman, to keep having your period, to keep doing this stuff, you just get thrown into sex industry, yeah, or you just get thrown into relying on your body in some form to survive. Yeah, my body's sick, so I don't have that back to survive off anymore. Yeah, I've used my body in the past, maybe when I was younger, to flaunt it around or whatever. Here or there, not as much, because of the way I saw the perception on women, and like maybe, yeah, to get a job here or there, whatever, like behind a bar, whatever, you have to be a bit flirty, but I've always stood up for myself in those ways as well. Like, I've always, if people hit me, I told you I'm gay, please respect me. You know what I mean? But people will be polite to, and sometimes people do take your niceness as flirtiness. But at the end of the day, I still turn around and say to that person, don't take my niceness for that, or tell them the truth. You get most people say the same thing to you, or, yeah, well, I'll be the one to turn you, or like, all you people say the same stuff. Like, I don't realise how much in common people have. This is the thing where I've worked behind the bars. I've been in many different places with different environments, with different people that they draw into each place. And like I said, some of them have been gastro bars, so they change all the time. Some of them have just been old man pubs. Some of them have been like the art uni. All these places have different people in, and the way they react, they still say the same things when it comes down to sexual innuendos, or the way that you look, or any of these things. They still have the same base pivot points, and these are the points that I'm looking at and working on right now, and I'm trying to look at re-editing the programming in the deep subconscious to help people. Because if we carry on the way we're carrying, with the way he's acting in the business and that, we're just going to run into the ground. And like I said to Jib and that, there's not going to be anything we can eat where you can throw life back on the stage. Maybe it's just coming from my perspective, but maybe it's the things I've been seeing in my dream space, the energy I'm feeling. Maybe it's aligning me with something else. If I have feeling to say something, I'm going to say it. Whether I end up dead or in the street stuck, do you know what I mean? Whether I go and sit next to a tree and meditate and die like a monk, or whether I starve for a couple of weeks. I've probably starved myself most of my life working in the bar industry. How I got endometriosis, so I used to down and down pints of milk when I got hungry, or eat cheese rolls, eat dairy. I used to eat a lot of dairy because it would keep me full. It would fill me up, and I've always struggled with understanding what food to eat and what this and that. My body has always had problems. Yeah, so maybe my output hasn't been completely level, but that's because I've been working to survive. I've been working to pay rent, but pay up to like £600 to £800 rent in London. You're not getting paid that much a shift. You know what I mean? I used to do the stuff on mucking around with the adult work page when I was younger, the escort stuff. But you can get lots and lots of money in a short amount of time on that. And this is what I'm saying to Jib and that about bringing up the whole structure. Like he said, no, because of this and the vaccine we're clashing. So part of me does think, yeah, Jib, you do want me to go as well, but like, it's like saying all this about the vaccine and that, and there's other people. You can earn more money in these short amount of spaces, and then it gets addictive. I always knew I wanted to be an artist. I didn't want that world to tar my name, but I got addicted to that world in general because of all the creativity there. There's so much creativity there that I could feel the mass of it. And like what I'm saying now is, you don't give people the options of everything that's there. It's like giving you a half-empty plate, but getting you to choose what other stuff you want, because it's like, pull up everything then. Pull up all the hidden stuff, like all the escort stuff, all the women trapped, yeah, and then evaluate the whole situation with the virus, because you're just showing certain mirrors and places of this to move forward from, but you're not showing the whole spectrum of what's going on. If you show the whole spectrum of what's going on, then we can all decide what we want to do. But right now you're just showing this wall, this maze. You're showing up this certain thing, and it's like, I used to go and be able to earn lots of money just like that any time, and then to go into bar work to get paid under £10 an hour or whatever, to walk out of a really hard, heavy shift on me with only like 60 quid, and then having to pay my train fare home, having to save a bit for my rent, and then having to pay to eat, is still expensive in London, so I'm left with pretty much nothing. And then I'm medicating myself with alcohol and other things, and well, not all the month, only when I come on and stuff as well, to go back to this place to earn that next to nothing money, when I have seen another part of the world before I started my proper working life. I had seen these little pools of places where money can be earned large amounts very quickly just off the feminine body, and there's a lot of pain in that place, but this place is like thriving, as big as what you see everything else, because it's so embedded with that place that to actually unstitch all of it or look at all of it, you've got to take the whole thing apart. So like, it is addictive, to be able to go and earn that money, well, illegally. I don't even know if some of it is illegal, whatever, what the laws are completely around it. Have they changed? I don't know. A lot of like the laws are changing behind the scenes right now, and I don't think it's right, about the squatting laws and things like that. So our government, which is meant to protect us, is killing us off. Basically, I'm young, fit and healthy in some ways, well, most of the month, apart from then 2 days, but I should be able to still be able to eat and do stuff, just because I'm not setting the time structure with everyone else of how the banks and how the mean time works and everything. It shouldn't mean I should die because I don't fit into that structured system. And I'm dyslexic, so I don't fill out forms in that very well. But that isn't a survival to my brain, to my neural network. The earth is. So you're a bunch of liars and criminals, and I don't agree with anything that you do. And I'm not gonna do. If I have to go out and die to make a point, so my story gets told to everyone, that's what will happen. That is what will happen. Because I'm not going to stop doing this, and a part of my spirit and my soul is not going to go and die that way. So if I'm dying, I may as well go and die the way I want to. But to get that money so quickly all the time is addictive, and to do hardly fuck all for it, to have a free life, go out drinking, be on your own boss on your own time, is linked to when the women throw it back on their body for a form of control in this world is not right. So yeah, to go out then to earn 50, 60 quid for a really hard shift to work, and then to go and paint, to do the pop-up restaurant after that, to then get given that for all that energy I give out, to get that 60 quid to then just about pay the rent, just about do this, when I was getting a lot more before, is for silly little things, for next to nothing, in half an hour, for just eating a tub of Ben Jo's ice cream fully clothed in a schoolgirl outfit because I look young. is fucked up. And I didn't even move, just mucking around, didn't even take any clothes off. And I get like 500 quid in half an hour. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I gave up that world. I could go and earn that money now. I know how it all runs. You know, I could go into that world, or I earn the money to survive and be happy in my soul and spirit. But it's not happy in my soul and spirit, am I? Because then I feel like I'm degrading my body, putting my body on display, when that's not the way I want the world to be seen by anyone, or want to see it myself. You know, but actually to survive right now, that's where it's throwing me in fight or flight mode. And to earn 60 quid or whatever on the shift is been hard. To go out, work all that, to get that money, to have no life, to have nothing, when I've seen how easy it's made for people behind the scenes. So, but the government will be all using that. All you people who earn good money are the only ones that can afford to use that system. You're the only ones that can afford it. You know, like a lot of other people who buy cocaine or buy drugs and that, it's expensive. So the ones with the money are the only ones who can afford it. So you want to go into business, yeah, but business is nothing helping the earth. It's just taking from it, taking from it. So carry on the way you're carrying on, because I don't think it's going to last. And whether I'm here or not, you know, you're in a way, I see it in my eyes that you're lucky that I've been here and given you the window to see the way that I see. Is how I feel. And even if something does happen to me now, yeah, then I still know in my heart that I am a good person. I'm not a bad person. And yeah, I'm sorry that it's hard for everyone to handle me sometimes. And I have hurt a few people here and there, but I don't think I am a really bad person. I think maybe the way I live sometimes, I think I have a go at myself. I beat myself sometimes. Like, even living here with Jib's been hard for me to live with someone else. Feel bad that I'm not contributing all the time, but I can't lift all the heavy stuff all the time. It's like Jib had a girl texting him the other day asking for help, asking for work on a festival, and Jib go, I'm not being sexist or anything, but there's no work. And I said, well, that is part of the problem, you know, Jib, because I can't lift the heavy stuff. So a lot of the business and a lot of the work is men's stuff. You know, all the women have to go sit behind a desk and be a accountant or do all this left brain stuff, when actually we're the right brain, because we're intuitive people. Yeah, so actually, yeah, you are shutting the women out from surviving right now. You're doing it to me right now. You haven't stuck up for me. Jeff's going over there, and that's just really fucking awkward. It's just really fucking awkward. I don't actually want to be here anymore. And I've spoke to a lot of women. We all would want to live together, but none of you actually want that, because none of the men can get along, because it's all this alpha male, get off my land, or I'm a farmer, get off my land, or I'll just shoot you. It's fucking pathetic. You lot are pathetic. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, don't do that, but it's all over women. And the women walk around, sticking their fake tits out like a bit of meat, or stick your ass out. They're all the women I'm connected to. You're a fucking dead bit of meat, mate. That is literally what you walk around like half the time. I need this man to do this. Do you know what I mean? I'm fed up. Yeah, this is probably making people not want me to stay with them, but at the end of the day, like, we ain't going to survive if people don't start working together, and the men need to sort out their attitudes, because it's really pathetic. It's become really pathetic, and I think it's disrespectful. And like, I love you guys to bits, but we need to do something, because the women are asking to, like, I know women with babies and that, and more of them being born and that, and to be honest, a lot of us would like to live together. I spoke to other people in a place to live with a near screen, and even my mum and that, before they kicked me out, was like, I'd love to live in a little tribal village with Carly and that round a fire. I'd love to, you know, hang out with them all day, every day, you know, like they do in Africa and the third world countries. They still get to enjoy each other's time and energy. This place is raped left, right and centre of people's soul and energy, and it's just raped. I feel raped of my energy, and I feel like I'm sitting here with nothing. But actually, no, my soul knows it's sitting here with this art, But there's a point now where I'm being kicked out of here that I can't produce it maybe as easy as I'd like to, because now it's cold. It's gonna get cold, so I'm gonna have to find ways to keep warm. It'd still be cold if I stayed here anyway, because it's a mouldy caravan. Do you know what I mean? I'm being kicked out of a mouldy caravan right now because of business. Well, it's just business. It's just business, I guess. It's just business. Life is just business, isn't it? It's just business. So, if I'm not really willing to sell my body because of the business, when Jeff first walked in here, he said to me, I'd like to fuck you, but I can't. No, you can't, because I'm gay, and you're fucking rude, mate. So maybe you and your missus, maybe all your family have been watching my YouTube channel, maybe you're listening to this, and I hope you have. And because I can't fuck you, or maybe you even think about it imaginarily, and because I've cut you out of that, field of imagination with me, you don't even want me around, you can't even look at me. Because women are just used for fucking, or cleaning, or producing babies. We don't have any other use for that. We don't have any other use for that in this society, in this government, in this country business deals, things that's going on with the whole earth. Yeah, because the earth doesn't understand Britain. Yeah, the earth doesn't understand Africa. The earth doesn't understand China. No matter what country I say to it, it still doesn't understand what it is in that language tone, because it's a fracture. It's a fractured arm of stuff that takes from it. The input-output has two ways of energy, the way energy flows. And it flows off these two and bounces it. It can bounce it in a minute way, and it can bounce it in a large, it fractals, again, the minimal to the maximum. And the two counteract each other. So you can have a large and a small in the same bit here. You could have a large, small, small. The way that they all fire off each other is how it works. And those little firing arms are doing this, and some of them are turning the clogs this way, which is then going to fire out this one, spanners might spark and then it fit, and then that one will start firing out that way. It's like a firework out of control that way that's going to spin off a firework from that one that way, and it'll be like a set of dominoes. Yeah, and there's earth changes coming. So if I was me and I lived somewhere, I'd want someone like me to stay there, to be in tune with the earth, but everyone's so fearful of it. Everyone's so fearful of the change or changing. But yet the ones of you that are fixed in like 20 years and think you're settled on your big pay things, you're the worst off right now. People like me and Jib that can move around and most lucid will be, eventually balanced, but he still cares about business. Men just care about business and money, because the money allows control over the feminine. I wrote my dissertation on prostitution. I wrote my dissertation mainly, wasn't just focused on prostitution, it was focused on the role between the man and the woman, and who had power. Is it the woman to have the power to say the man can come near her with the money, or is it the man with the power that has the woman in control with the money to roll these things, And then the business is also on the human, isn't it? Because it's on the person. So the human trafficking, the trafficking is business, isn't it? So then that's overpowering life. You're giving the business a life of its own, which has evolved into death, is a death to life. You're giving life to something that gives life to death. On that note, I'm not going to make this video any more difficult on myself than it has to be, really. And I don't know when I'm going to be doing another video soon. I might try and do one before I leave here, let know where I'm going, even when I figure out where I am going or what I'm going to do. Because even keep moving me from house to house right now, having to deal with a different environment and that person's different depth of each place, is causing me stress, because everywhere I have to go I have to fit into that person's category just to exist. It's like, because I have quite a big personality as well, like my creative personality, that's just who I am. It's like there's no way I can go here to be who I am unless I'm dying or paying for it. But yet there's all this space, and not all of it gets used. It's like in people's minds, like people that own all the farmland. You farmers sit at home. I've seen you once out there cutting them fields. You sit at home. So it's all in the mind. People sit at home are thinking, oh, I own this. I own that with my money. Oh, I own this. But if a flood come tomorrow, you wouldn't have nothing, because everyone would be all over the place. Anyway, just helped a bit. I've had this feeling a couple of times now where people don't know how to throw it on me, and then they throw it on me like, oh, you got to go now. Or like when I was at Amber Hat's Jiu-Jitsu that morning, like, you have to go now. Like, I gave you a bit of notice, but maybe people don't make it clear. Maybe I'm lingering around too much. But where can I linger? Do you know what I mean? Where can I linger? To exist? Am I allowed to linger and exist? Or is Rosie not meant to exist in this plane anymore? Anyway, a lot of love to you lot. And yeah, I don't really know what's going on right now. I'm just going to sleep. Jib's gone to Blackpool to take the tent down, so I've got like a couple of days here on my own. So, and then when he comes back, I have to go somewhere. So yeah. Alright, love.